सी है बात समझ बंदया, कुछ देर ही बाकी है। रख यकीन आँखों से बादल, आज हट जाएगा। चांद तेरी आँखों में बंदया, चल के आएगा। बंदया रे बंदया, बंदया राह पे चल बंदया। बंदया रे बंदया, बंदया रे बंदया राह पे चल बंदया। Good morning, all of you. These are very motivating songs, and it's my personal, what do you call it, as favorite. When I start the work, I started with a lot of energy of music. In my whole CA journey, music is a very important part, right? So I feel we feel energetic when we listen to good songs and then start our studies. When we take the break, it is really good to charge up listening to some good music, whatever you like. Okay, right. Good morning, all of you. Apologies for some delay. Chalo. Let us quickly begin now. Very good morning to all of you waiting. Good morning. So, make your own companion whenever you feel like you want to take a break. Listen to good music, do some meditation, go for a walk, go to your terrace, and it's very hot. So, daytime mein dhoop mein nahi jana hai. Take care of yourself. That is your own responsibility. The power lies in the family with the person who takes highest responsibility. You take your responsibility for all your actions, behaviors, decisions, emotions. When you take responsibility, you get the power within, and when you analyze, you can improve. जहां जरूरत है, ठीक है? चलो, very quickly. Right now, we are solving the MTP of GST. GST is going to be very easy paper. Now it's not 60-40, it is 50-50. And how the weightage and paper pattern, first 5 minutes, let us do that very quickly. And yeah, already yesterday we have written the paper pattern, and all those who have missed, check. Important, like wherever I feel concept is to be revised, I have revised the concept. Wherever it is that notes are to be written, I have made you write the notes. So lot of your doubts and the mindset of how to do the 3 hours of exam will be clear if you watch the MTP 1 and 2 for CA Inter. Okay, right now let us quickly begin. Good morning, all of you. Thank you so much. As you join and you like it, you comment below. That gives a boost, and YouTube takes it to more number of the people who are willing to take this conceptual knowledge. Okay, I hope you all have got the printout. I've already shared in the challenges and in WhatsApp group and in the Telegram also. Very important, please now don't go for any new material or any new video or any new charts to read from. इससे आपका पूरा GST cover हो जाएगा. Appreciated all the teachers, we and others who are making the charts. But now it is time, dear students, for repetition and get into the mindset that IDT or GST paper is for 50 marks. 100% guarantee it's going to be very easy, because they have introduced for CA Inter, not for CMA, new topics, that is place of supply. 4 to 5 marks straight case study they will ask. So and so person is traveling, he has hired an agency, what will be the place of the supply? Okay. Second is your accounts and records and TDS and TCS. These are the topics. They have added e-waybill, but e-waybill was anyhow. So, you know, these are the topic, like this is going to be covered up in MCQ, more chances. E-waybill a 4 marks exclusive question or limits that 50,000 के above value है, 200 kilometer per day validity है. Simple technical part they will ask. Okay. Now, when you come to registrations and return, there's going to be simple theory question. Yes, most important weightage wise topic is ITC because separately 6 to 8 marks question is asked plus 2 marks of MCQ. Same for the value of the supply. 6 marks question and 2 marks MCQ. Earlier ITC was 8 marks, now 6 marks. So this is your overall weightage of the topics or padke jana hai. And some of you are like, ma'am, why you should do chapter 1? Then watch Sarthi GST practice batch. One single class I have told you why you should watch your chapter 1, like Article 246 of the Constitution, whatever they have amended, small things they can ask from there. Okay. Good morning, Charan. Nice to see you all here live in our classes. Chalo. Let us go and do this part. बेटा ये कैसे करेंगे अब इसको देखो. जो division A है इसका of the GST, that is again 15 marks MCQ. Generally they are asking case studies, 6 questions, 2 marks, 12 marks. Or sometimes the case study is 2 case studies, they will give 6 marks, but chances in GST they will give 1 case study. And listen to the secret. Case study is nothing but a problem. A capital gain problem, they are giving the story and stepwise answer they are asking in MCQ. GST का case study तो और easy है. You read 1 or 2 first paras, you will get the answer of the case study 1 and 2 MCQ वाले bit. Third para पढ़ोगे, third answer मिलेगा. So every bit, you know, like in English, in school days, we have done unseen passage, pick up the para. It's exactly the same. So nothing much mindset is required जो आपको knowledge है. और अगर आपने पूरा classes पढ़े हैं, you have studied the practice batch, you are revising, you will be able to do it. ठीक है? चलो. After this, one more MCQ will be there for 2 marks. One more MCQ will be there. You know, sometimes you will feel, ma'am, for 1 mark, how detailed MCQ they have asked. But for 2 marks, like clubbing and all, free K 2 marks. So somewhere, if the paper is tough, definitely it's going to be very easy also. Now come to division B, that is your descriptive parts for 35 marks. Question number 1 is compulsory to attempt. It is not compulsory to attempt first. Are you all with me? Yesterday also I said in question number 1, 15 marks, it's going to be a little bada wala question. Compute income and default tax regime, normal tax regime and compare which is beneficial. तो क्या करना है बेटा? In question number 2, 3, 4, you have to do any 2. If you know question number 3B part, it's a practical question of set off. Question number 3A part, it's house property. Start with the practical questions. My opinion of the sequences, do the MCQ, do the practical questions of 5 marks, and then come to this jumbo question. ये jumbo question starting में करोगे तो you will take 40 minutes. If you do it in the end, automatically same quality question you will do it in 20 minutes. You know, we spread out. If by chance the exam would have been postponed, oh, ye padna hai, wo padna hai, till June we would have spread out. And now whatever is time available, we are giving our best. That's human psychology, hai na? Chalo. So compulsory question they are asking for 15 marks is ITC, they will ask for 8 marks. And generally 7 marks they are asking for value of supply. These are compulsory question asked every exam and super scoring. ITC is like how much ITC you will take in opening, in purchases, how much ITC you have to pay in output, output input set off करके rules लगा के solve करो. I'm going to take one more class live for solving only the ITC problems of all the past exams, CA and CMA. And none of my class are recorded, dear students. All these classes are live. I can answer whatever doubts you are having right now. If you put in chat box, if the things are clear, put all clear at least. हाँ, तो ये आप पूरे मार्क्स स्कोर कर पाओगे. वैल्यू ऑफ सप्लाई, द ट्विस्ट इज इन द लेट फीस एंड द डिस्काउंट. So those two areas, check one revision video and you will get a grip. Value of supply. ठीक है? Right? हाँ. Chances are in one of the CA exam, they ask this combined question. That is, first you have to determine the value of the supply, and on that outward sales you have to calculate and so on. So be prepared कि कभी कभी पूछ सकते हैं. Again, question number 2, 3 and 4. Any two questions you have to attempt. Don't attempt extra question. Two questions, 10 marks. This is 15 marks. This is 20 marks. Total is 35 marks. Okay. And same here, 5 marks questions are all bitwise. हाँ, मतलब आपका 5 मार्क का क्वेश्चन होगा टाइम ऑफ सप्लाई से, 5 मार्क का क्वेश्चन होगा रिटर्न ऑफ इनकम, who can cancel the registration and so on. Then yeah, electronic credit ledger से एक होगा. Very repeatedly asked question is, see, in documents I have taught you refund voucher, receipt voucher, tax invoice, bill of supply, but in exam asked is debit note and credit. So these are weightage also. I have told you already ki how they are going to ask you. For sure, place of supply, they will ask you 4 marks question. Though easy level, because you don't have complete place of supply. You don't have the place of supply for import and export. So final ke jo easy questions hai na, that they will ask. I hope the paper pattern is clear. Bolo. So shall we start solving the GST MCQs? I always say, hello, dear students. CA Dipti Chheda here. At least, sometimes we watch the video on YouTube. That's what students say. We have followed, we have scored marks listening to your set off and clubbing, but we miss the name. Just YouTube में scroll किया, मिल गया, पढ़ लिया, हो गया. So then lot of energy and efforts are taken to record this and to bring it all. थोड़ा सा कर दो, like, comment, subscribe. चलो. And if you feel this is to the point, very good knowledge, then do share it with your friends. Okay. I'm into MTP1. Those who want to scroll की beginning में कैसा था, ये कल का है. MTP1 for CA Inter May 2024 exam. Section A was income tax, which we have already completed. हाँ, चलो अब हम करते हैं Section B. Yeah, you can complete Section A पूरा. पहले MCQs, then छोटा छोटा question answer, then computation of total income. Then for GST, and I don't know, this is my suggestion. If you're confident, start with GST, no? MCQs karo, GST ke question and answers are also very small. ITC, value of supply, and then you go to DT MCQs, then question answers, and last compute the income. Yeah, don't solve extra questions ना. क्यों करना है आपको? बोलो बेटा. Okay. So working notes should form part. However, in answer to question in division A, working notes are not required. Though MCQs working notes are not required, not for GST, but highly recommended for income tax. Make a rough work for MCQ in your answer sheet only. और ऐसे थोड़ा brief में वहां लिख के करो, because one answer you are going to use in another. Okay, right. Wherever necessary, suitable assumptions may be made. Okay. All right. All questions should be answered according to the October 23 के जो भी amendments हैं. All amendments are of course covered. XY Electronics is heading electronic goods in Delhi. Company produces wide range of electronics phones. The sales are mainly through its distributors on credit. So whoever they are selling laptop, they are giving 15 days time, smartphones 90 days, other appliances 45 days. Just for the sake of knowing, we can read like what should be the time limit of issue of invoice for smartphones. This is time of supply. Plant and machinery. Oh, star mark. Every exam MCQ somewhere, and come to that question. ITC. Demerged entities. What kind of entity? Levy of supply. We do that. Books of accounts recently added. Validity of the GST registration for CTP, casual taxable person. Which of the following statement is true for non-payment consideration for Gujarat? Go down to Delhi. Okay. ई-वे बिल से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन है, उसकी वैलिडिटी ठीक है। चलो, सो 8 MCQs आर देयर, बट पहले तो जो 6 हैं वो केस स्टडीज से रिलेटेड। सो यूजुअली इन जीएसटी दे विल आस्क सिंगल केस स्टडी। ओके, चलो, नाउ they are selling laptops and all on credit. During the year, company purchased whenever they are selling the laptops, till here only the first MCQ is there. Okay, what shall be the time limit of issue invoice for supply of smartphones on credit? Once again, what shall be the time limit of issue of invoice for supply of smartphones? So whenever you supply goods, the time of the supply in the forward charge regime is when there is movement of goods before the goods go out of your godown, right? So invoice in 31st day, no, it should be issued or at the time of removal of the smartphones. Okay, invoice shall be issued at the time of receiving payment or upon 90 days. No, whenever it is invoice related to supply of goods, invoice should be issued before or at the time of removal of the goods. Is it a simple question from time of supply? Yeah. Second is in relation to the plant and machinery. See, they have purchased a plant and machinery worth 1 crore. GST is 18%. ITC on plant and machinery is not blocked, but on 1 crore, that is 100 lakhs at the rate of 18%. If you take 18 lakh ITC, then depreciation you can claim only on 100. Are you all with me? If you feel I am revising the concept, answer is yes. I am revising because this is repeatedly asked. If I purchase the plant and machinery for 100 lakhs and I capitalized 18 lakhs, and if I want to avail depreciation on 118, then I can't take ITC. If I want to take ITC, तो फिर depreciation लेने की जरूरत नहीं है। Clear है या नहीं सबको? Right. So, in relation to plant and machinery, select the correct alternative. ITC of 18 lakhs can be claimed, and the value of asset on which depreciation can be claimed under the provisions of Income Tax Act shall be. No, you can't claim the depreciation on 1.8. 18 lakhs can be claimed and depreciation can be claimed on 1 crore. Clear or not? Either you can claim depreciation on 18 lakhs. Huh? Nahi ma'am, I want to add the GST also and capitalize and claim depreciation. Then don't avail ITC. Either avail ITC on 18 lakhs or claim depreciation. So this is the answer. Okay. Chalo, next now. Company is planning to demerge, split its operation in relation to laptop and other accessories. Demerged entity will be a separate legal entity in the form of wholly owned subsidiary of the company having common board of directors. Okay. So when you demerge the company, one company split and the principal company and the demerged company is emerging. How shall the demerged entity be treated? It will be a related party. It will be a distinct party. Demerged entity shall be additional place of business. No. Demerged अब एक separate entity हुई तो additional होने का सवाल ही नहीं है. Demerged entity shall be sole agent principal है ही नहीं. Now related or distinct entity. So whenever demerged entity is formed, some of the shares from here will be given. Followed or not? Company split. So it will always be treated as a related party. If you are feeling, ma'am, हमने तो ये नहीं किया है, so this is taught to you in levy of supply. Okay? Supply का जो basic definition है ना, distinct person क्या है? With the same PAN in two states if you are registered. That's not the case here. Okay? So these are related parties. Next. Company also participates in domestic and international trade fairs. Electronics Association of Rajasthan is organizing a trade fair in Jaipur. Company is keen to participate. Just really sorry, dear students. 2-second break. आप पढ़ो एक बार. Thank you for waiting. Yeah. I hope it is clear to you. Demerged company is not a distinct person. Distinct person is with the same PAN when we have entities in two states. And demerged is now a separate company. But of course, when it is demerged, it is related and ITC will be split. Chalo. Now, company also participates in domestic and international fairs. Electronic Association of Rajasthan is organizing a trade fair. Company is keen to participate in the same to ensure the GST compliances. Company wants to obtain the GST registration as CTP in Rajasthan. Okay. When you are registered in a state and you go for exhibitions in another state, there you can take casual taxable person registration. The company obtained the GST registration for 45 days. Superb question. You know that NRTP and CRTP, this is from registration chapter, this MCQ. NRTP and CRTP, whenever they are getting themselves registered in other states, usually the students will take this answer. Because we know that CTP and NRTPs, non-resident taxable person, can take registration maximum for 90 days, which can be extended for more 90 days, and they have to pay the tax 5 days in advance whenever they commence the business. ये story सबको याद होगी. But 90 days is the maximum days of registration for the CTP. Here, they have agreed to take the registration for 45 days. So, answer for this will be 45 days and not 90 days. Are you all with me? Many questions skip किया? Yeah. Validity of the GST registration is 45 days. Clear to all of you? Right. Chalo. Period of retention of the books of the accounts prior to demerged under GST law. Any company has to maintain the books of the accounts 72 months from the due date of furnishing annual return. Okay, right, for the relevant financial year. तो इतने साल आपको books maintain करना है. 72 months from the due date of furnishing the annual return. So suppose for 23-24, you have furnished the return in October 24. So यहाँ से 72 months or 6 years, you have to maintain the books. This you have to learn better. 72 months not from the financial year, 72 months from the due date of annual return. ठीक है? चलो. What's the last due date of filing the annual return? December 24. आ जाओ आगे पढ़ते हैं. Company transferred the goods from one of its godown in Delhi to another in Gujarat, wherein the company has a registered place. You know, we can have branches, godowns, depot in different states, but whenever goods are transferred from one state to another, and even if it is stock transfer, you remember in Schedule 1, it is treated as what? Huh? Deemed transfer, deemed supply. So the value of the goods transferred is 5 crore, rate of GST is 18%, tax invoice was issued and GST was deposited. However, the consideration was not paid by Gujarat to Delhi. Goods कहाँ गए? Delhi से गुजरात. गुजरात ने अभी तक पेमेंट नहीं किया. The consideration was not paid by the Gujarat office of the company to Delhi office even after 180 days. You remember that when we take input tax credit, we have to pay to the supplier within 180 days of the invoice. Otherwise, we have to reverse. Further, there was no reverse movement of such goods from Gujarat godown to Delhi. So based on above, you have to answer the next question, last question. Which of the following statement is true in relation to the non-payment of consideration by Gujarat? आपको case समझ में आया? Delhi to Gujarat, we are sending the goods. Gujarat should pay to Delhi within 180 days. Generally, tax invoice. Huh? Not applicable here because they are the same distinct person. So now what to do? Gujarat go down. Should reverse the ITC availed and received and also required to pay interest. Gujarat godown shall reverse the ITC availed on goods received and no interest is payable because they are all both what? दोनों क्या है? एक ही के branches है ना? Yeah, in different states. Okay, let us read. Am I going fast or you all are following? The restriction of 180 days for the payment of the consideration is not applicable in the present case. Of course, you have to pay the invoice within 180 days, otherwise reverse the ITC. Ma'am, but I paid after 300 days. Can I again avail the ITC? Yes. But in case of the stock transfers between the branches of the same entity, this rule is not applicable. Delhi godown shall issue a credit note to reverse and all. No. 180 days rule of the payment is not applicable. I know थोड़े से in depth हैं, procedural part they are asking, but when you repeatedly watch the same video, you will learn it. Oh, e-way bill से इतना easy question आएगा. Each invoice where the amount is exceeding 50,000 e-way bill is required, and each e-way bill is valid for 24 hours within the 200 kilometers radius, and for every 200 kilometers per day extra. Huh? ये रूल मालूम है या नहीं? 200 किलोमीटर्स इज द वैलिडिटी ऑफ ई-वे बिल 1 डे के लिए. एंड इफ इट इज ओवर डायमेंशनल कार्गो और मल्टी मॉडल, मतलब यू आर ट्रांसफरिंग पार्ट ऑफ गुड्स फ्रॉम क्रेन, देन शिप, देन ट्रेन, देन ट्रेलर ट्रक, तो फिर 20 किलोमीटर्स पर डे. Sanu Associates has ordered lady suits from Ludhiana, which is 350 kilometers. E-way bill is generated and order is coming from a normal cargo. It's not over dimensional. It's not multi-dimensional. I'm revising for all of you. Over dimensional is जहाँ बड़ा trailer truck होता है और ऊपर तक goods हैं. Multi-model is you are transferring the goods to various models. For how many days will the e-way bill be valid? So generally 24 hours, but here it is 350 kilometers डिवाइड बाय 200 कितना आ रहा है देखो बेटा 350 डिवाइड बाय 200 1.75 to round off to 2 days. 2 days is the answer. Chalo, next. Pihu Limited has registered office under Companies Act in the state of Maharashtra, from where it ordinarily carries on its business of taxable goods. It also has a warehouse in the state of Telangana. What will be the place of the business? Oh, they do the business from Maharashtra, but they have additional place of business, go down, depot, sale counter in Telangana. So what will be the place of the business? Both A and B. So here we complete the MCQs. Please ask your doubts. Wherever required, e-waybill है जहां जहां लग रहा है मैं कॉन्सेप्ट भी बता रही हूँ चेक करो कुछ डाउट है तो पूछो Okay. As I said in the description, the question number 1 is compulsory. Again, it is divided into 2 like question number 1. Oh, I said 8 marks. यहाँ तो 10 marks के लिए पूछा है. Asked for 10 marks. And then 5 marks will be then the value of the supply. ठीक है? Okay, 10 marks and 5 marks, 15 marks compulsory question. Now in this also, if you feel you know value of supply well, you can attempt it first. Okay. I'm again saying it is compulsory to attempt question number 1, but not compulsory to attempt first. So don't scratch your mind in ITC if you feel you don't know it so well. Better go for other questions. देखो एग्जाम में अभी तो हम लाइन से कर रहे हैं because we are solving it live. These are like इतने छोटे छोटे questions हैं and very easy also. चलो, will you require registration or ऐसे सब? The company, whenever ITC question is there, along with the transaction, you will also check below. The company has ITC in the beginning, so this is opening ITC. CGST, SGST 57 and nil and 50,000. देखो. Only for this part, either we can go to the notebook and do, or we can solve it here. Yeah, opening ITC is 57 nil 50,000. ठीक है? चलो. Now, let us read bit by bit. Rate of GST is given. Both inward and outward supply are exclusive of taxes. If they are inclusive, these values are 118. 18 will be how much? वैसे करना पड़ेगा. All conditions of ITC have been fulfilled. Turnover of the Vishnu is 2.5 crores. Compute the GST which is payable in cash. ठीक है, चलो. One by one. It's very easy, very easy. Intrastate supply of the taxable goods, including 1 lakh, received as advance in January. The invoice was made in February. You know, in case of the sale of goods, no GST is levied on advance. You remember or not? In case of supply of services, advance पे भी GST लगता है. Suppose there's a wedding in December 24 and we have booked the function hall in April 24 itself. We have to pay the GST on advance. Yeah, nothing given, you have to treat it as interstate. वो सब rules है, अभी बोले तो और confuse हो जाओ. But you are clear that related to supply, if you have received some advance in January, no billing will be done. But in February, when you have made the sales of 4 lakh and it is intrastate, so on 4 lakhs, can we charge? Actually, they have not made. We should make a particulars column here also. Particulars, value, CGST, SGST. So intrastate sale we have made. This is outward supplies. 4 lakh. In that 9% is CGST, 9% SGST and nil. Huh? इसको एक ही, they have made 2-3 tables. GST, outward supply. See, there are some questions very easy. I'm to telling you कि वो छोटे छोटे question करो. But right now we are doing in the flow so that we don't miss out. No need to write so many notes, बेटा जरूरत नहीं. ये ITC के लिए second table बनाया है, sale का first table है, and then they have netted off. So if you want, you can combine and prepare in one table, ऊपर नीचे करके, हाँ? But they have made particulars and triple column. You make particulars and 4 column. Value के लिए also you make 1 column. One second, huh, dear students. Yeah, sure. So is it okay if we are doing like this? Intrastate sales. अब देखो. Purchase of the goods from composite dealer 550. No input tax credit can be availed because composite dealer, they don't give tax invoice, they give bill of supply. So you can't avail the input tax credit, so you have to write a note for it. Services provided by way of labor contract for repairing a single residential unit. Otherwise, then as a part of residential, and it is intrastate. Within the state, along with goods, you have provided services. Now, generally, immovable property is exempt from GST in Schedule 3 negative list. But these are services, labor contract related services, of course taxable. And they are intrastate. So 1 lakh pay 9% and 9%. Alag alag lagega. Services rendered by way of labor contract, 1 lakh pay 9% and 9%. This is the credit. Now, I'm going very slow. This is a very nice question. इसके लिए आपको note लिखना पड़ेगा. Membership of a club availed for employees. Okay. So when you avail the membership of the club, you have paid 1,75,000. This comes under block credit, section 17(5). Again, we'll write the note. Goods transport services received from GTA. GTA is excised to pay the option of 12%. Oh, GTA can pay 5% on RCM basis or 12% on the forward charge. 5% on. So GTA has paid 12% and we have received the service. So can we take input tax credit of the GTA service 2 lakh? Just pay 12% GST we have paid and it is interstate. Now see, for all the items they have given GST rate as 18%, interstate, IGST. But here they have specifically given GTA service we have availed, it's interstate and we have paid 2 lakh, paid 12%. So not in the first table, in the second table. 2 lakh pay 12%. 2 lakh pay 12%. See, purchase of goods from composite dealer nil. ITC is not allowed. Membership of a club nil. Either you write nil and note here or you write it below the problem. यहाँ तक clear है? What is my mindset for the ITC problem? I'm purchasing, I'm paying GTA input tax rate. I'm purchasing input. Opening है input. I'm selling goods output. I'm supplying services output. फिर हम balance देखें. So keep a gap. You can make two table or you can make one table upwards for the outward supply, downward for the inward supply, and then there itself you can net off. ठीक है? ऐसे भी आप कर सकते हैं. चलो. Next. Interstate services provided for training in sports. Okay. So these interstate services which are provided and these are interstate. तो कितना लगाएंगे इस पे GST? 10,000. Okay, right. So here I come. Interstate services provided 10,000 pay 18% and it is interstate. Now generally training services provided related to sports is exempt if they are provided by a registered sports body or by a charitable institute. Here it is provided by a company. So very well it is taxable. Interstate services. Please have the hard copy with you of the problem so that you can follow what I am teaching. I know you would have enjoyed more अगर मैं ITC को last में कराती. मैंने पहले ही बड़ा problem ले लिया. Going in the sequence. Interstate security services provided to the school for annual day in auditorium outside. Super. इसको star mark करो. ये बार बार आता है. Now, ma'am, transport service to school, catering to school, security service to school are exempt up to 12th. But if the security services are not provided in school, but for their annual day, they are provided in auditorium. So very well, it is taxable. Huh? Interstate services provided. I hope you are getting. हमने कोई स्कूल को सिक्योरिटी सर्विस प्रोवाइड की तो GST is not chargeable. But if we are providing security service to a third place, it is taxable. कितना होगा बेटा? 15,000. तो ये ना आपके outward supply में जाएगा and it is interstate तो 18%. 15,000 का 18%. 2007. Clear to all of you? So all the outward sales are clear. Now, inputs received in 4 lots, out of which is second lot. Whenever inputs are received in single invoice with lots, then whenever the last lot comes, that time we can take input tax credit. Input tax credit का section 16 आप इतने अच्छे से पढ़ के जाओ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं हो गया. So because second lot is कोई input tax credit नहीं मिलेगा. हो गया पूरा. How much GST is payable in cash? आ जाओ. ओपनिंग ITC था, परचेज किया नहीं मिलेगा, मेंबरशिप क्लब के नहीं मिलेगा, GTA मिलेगा. Input tax credit you will get on receipt of the last lot. Now, can we start, beta? How much is GST payable as per the first table? 45, 45. Now they have done it like this. There is one more way I will show you. Just 2 seconds. Thank you for waiting. They have done it like this. I have a different way of doing also. देखो 57,000 ये है, SGST nil है, and this is 74,000. Now we all know the rules of the ITC for set off, which we have studied in first chapter, third chapter, sixth chapter. ITC सब जगह पढ़ा. IGST in IGST, then CGST, SGST. CGST in CGST, then IGST. SGST in SGST, then. Mutually, they both cannot be set off. Is this clear to all of you? हाँ, चलो. तो अब क्या करेंगे देखो. First, ITC of IGST should be utilized in full. First against IGST. तो 74,000 में से 4,500 यहाँ use कर लो. Now IGST should be used actually for CGST. But they have used first for SGST. क्यों ऐसा किया? Because SGST में input tax credit is nil. This is your output tax. This is your input tax. So output is 4,500, 74,000 में. Even if, are you all following or not? You would have literally enjoyed if I would have taken some easy problem first and then jumbo, पर उससे help नहीं होगा बेटा. देखो ये सेट ऑफ करने के बाद अभी भी 69,500 है, तो आउट ऑफ दैट 45,000 यहाँ एडजस्ट कर लो. 45,000 and actually 29,500 you can carry forward, which IGST. Now come to CGST. It was 45 and IGST we have set off, so it is nil. Now come to CGST. 45 था और ये 57 है, तो पूरा 45 set off करो and still 12,000 you can carry forward. First IGST should be utilized against IGST and then CGST and SGST. ITC of CGST. See here what is happening. They have completely exhausted IGST. तीनों में डाल डाल के 1 then 2 then 3. अभी भी CGST है. What is the minimum amount payable in cash? Nil. 86B is not applicable here. You know what is 86B? At least 1% amount you have to pay in cash. You can't utilize the whole ITC. That is applicable when your monthly GST payables exceed 50 lakhs. तो अभी भी CGST कितना बाकी है? 45,000 minus 24,500. 20,500. So total how much is the CGST? 57,000. Out of that how much you have used here? 2,500. तो carry forward कितना है CGST? 36,500. CGST. That's the option as per material. But I feel if you do like this also you will get marks. यहाँ पे कितना आएगा अगर हम ऐसे करते हैं ऑप्शन? $74,000 minus 4,500, 45,000, 24,500 and 12,000, 36,500. Take your time. You want to ask any doubts you have, you can ask. Watch this part again. I took it as a challenge to solve the ITC problem first. See, I'm not saying this answer is wrong. They have used IGST first, then CGST, SGST to hai nahi, then CGST. But CGST you can set off in CGST and balance carry forward. So like this also carry forward is 36,500, like this also it's 36,500. Whatever suits you can do. Okay. Value of supply to over easy question it is, like बहुत ही ज़्यादा easy. Gulati Limited, a registered suppliers, supplies in Mumbai, has supplied goods to Mrudul Traders and Kalu Motors in Ahmedabad and Pune. एक महाराष्ट्र के महाराष्ट्र में है, तो यहाँ पे CGST और SGST लगेगा और इसमें IGST लगेगा क्योंकि ये महाराष्ट्र टू अहमदाबाद है. ठीक है. Now, what is the price of the goods? This. So, value of supply, you remember? What's the final value on which GST should be charged? Packing charges will be add, commission will be add, yes. Weighing charges, yes. Discount. Discount is to be added if it is pre-decided and it's a part of invoice. So, discount for prompt payment, yes. Items second to fourth have not been considered. So, ab le lo. Now, what is this? 11,000. So, on 11,000, how much I will charge? 18%. It's like free ke 5 marks. 11,000. 1980. And here it is 33,000. 9%. CGST, 9% SGST. Generally, it is all added. Only part is subsidy. Subsidy is not a part of value of supply if it is given by government. Given by NGO and all, of course, it's a part of supply. Chalo. Now, small questions we are doing. Easy and simple ones. Nath Services registered is engaged in providing services to government. Oh, this is not easy. To be honest, I agree, dear students. This is a question from exemption chapter where we are giving services to government. We are taking services from government. So GST kaise lagta hai? This time we are giving services to government. Supply of manpower for cleanliness of road, not involving any supply of goods. This is exempt. Pure services provided to government, no GST is levied. Services by fair price shop, where you show the white wala ration card and you get food grains and all that services. If someone is providing service to government by way of fair price shop and all, it is exempt. Comment on the taxability or otherwise of the transactions. Services and maintenance of street light. In this you will have to learn. Ye wala question. Ek. Services of maintenance of street lights in municipal area involving the replacement of the defunct light. Generally, replacement of right and spare constitute 30% of the supply of service. If it is electricity supply of service, it is exempt. But this time you have supplied goods and the rule says if the value of the goods exceed 25%, then it's going to be taxable. Clear hai sabko? Yes. Once again, when we are providing the services to government related to street lights and all, it is exempt, provided supply of goods in that service should not exceed 25%. Here it exceeds 25%, so this is taxable. पहले के दोनों क्या थे? Exempt. Now, services of brochure distribution provided under a training program for which 70% of total expenditure is borne by government. Okay. Whenever we are giving brochure distribution provided under training program, wherein total expenditure which is borne by government, okay, so if 75% of the total expense is borne by government, then it is exempt. Here it is only 70% taxable. I know it's not that easy question for 4 marks. So if you feel, you can leave this in choice, or agar karna pade to karna padega. Generally in exemptions they ask health wala, ya fir I have already marked what are important while doing exemptions chapter. Cultural brand ambassador वही पूछते हैं. This is the first time I'm also seeing a question related to services provided to government. But I hope ये सब तो बहुत easy है. Pure agency services, fair, shop. These two were confusing. You have to learn. Chalo. Now, Shubh, director of Star Company, provided the services to the company. You know, for directors, I want to give you some notes. Shall I do it in the notebook कि यहीं करूं? मैं कुछ आपको, I'm showing you some link which will help you to crack income tax as well as GST for the director's service. Please see with me. First, I will say income tax. If a director is full-time director in one company, then it is employer-employee relationship. Correct है आप सबको? हाँ? तो जो I'm just writing by my own explaining, and it will really help you to score so well in TDS, TCS, in income tax and in GST also. तो एक बार के लिए समझ लो, बहुत logical है. Apply your common logic, common sense. You don't have to ratify this. See, if you are a full-time director in a company, there is employer-employee relationship. Whatever you receive, it will be taxable in salary chapter, except sitting fees, which is taxable in income from other sources. तो आपका TDS in income tax, TDS कहाँ कटेगा? Under section 192. And for this, no GST on salary. Hey ma'am, this is really helpful, clearing all your doubts of income tax and GST for directors. सही में हेल्प हो रही है तो कमेंट करना, अभी पूरा नहीं हुआ पर होने के बाद तो करना. देखो, if you are a full-time director, you are working in one company, you are getting remuneration in crores, it is taxable under salary. Taxable under salary. TDS कहाँ कटेगा? 192. GST is not levied on this. Suppose now this was option 1. Now I am in option 2. Part-time director. You're a part-time director in too many companies. Then TDS. आपका कहाँ कटेगा? TDS under 194J. Professional services. And please remember 194J. Directors के लिए 30,000 limit is not there. Okay. So TDS will be deducted under 194J. Professional fees, no 30,000 limit applicable. No 30,000 limit applicable. हाँ, जो भी है आपका 194J में TDS कट जाएगा. प्रोफेशनल्स के केस में 10% TDS का रेट है. This is second case. Now, if you are a part-time director in too many companies, you are giving services to all. Okay. Then will the GST be levied? Yes. GST लगेगा. I hope you are getting on these services. GST is levied under RCM. Director giving service to company. Who will pay the GST? GST will be paid by company under RCM. I know I'm like going off track. हम तो क्या solve कर रहे हैं? RTP, MTP. हाँ, MTP कर रहे हैं, चलो. पर इसको एक बार तो देखो. RTP I didn't solve for the GST part. I'll do that. क्यों रह गया है? Please comment below if it is clear or not. Even if you're watching as recording. Take your time. I'm giving you 2 minutes time to write. मुझे भी कंटिन्यू बोलना पड़ता है तो कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा ब्रेक मिल जाएगा. Thank you. You want me to revise? I'll say. Only for 4 marks, I'm taking this effort because it has got a link in income tax. Okay. In income tax, if you are a full-time director, whatever salary you are getting, there's employer-employee relationship, TDS is deducted under 192. If you are a part-time director, TDS is deducted under 194J. Professional fees will be taxable under business income or income from other sources. Okay? Huh. If you are a full-time director, then no GST because there is a like employer-employee relationship है तो salary पे कोई GST नहीं. But if you are a part-time director, GST is levied for all the services provided by directors to the company. Company is going to pay the tax on RCM basis. Over and out. Chalo, let us check the question now. अच्छा question है, देखो. Shubh is director of Star Company Private Limited. Provided service to company. Briefly answer whether GST is applicable. If yes, who is liable to pay? Mr. Shubh is independent director and not an employee. Then yes, GST is applicable. And who is liable to pay? Star Company. And the answer is yes. Shubh is executive director and employee. Out of total remuneration, 60,000 has been declared as salary and subject to TDS under 192. तो 60,000 पे GST नहीं लगेगा. Balance 65,000 other than salaries is subject to 194J. तो 65,000 पे GST लगेगा. What the director is receiving under salary, no GST. Otherwise, yes GST. Clear to all of you? Chalo. You want to check this answer? Just 2 minutes presentation, you can. Para 1 of the Schedule 3, services by an employer-employee. Schedule 3 of your Section 7 के बाद आता है ना? Schedule 3 is negative list. In that, they have given that it is neither salary paid to employees, neither covered under supply of goods nor services. So, services provided by independent directors in lieu of the salary. So, it will not. Huh. But if the remuneration is paid as taxable in the hands of the company on reverse charge basis. So first case में, of course, GST is applicable in case and Star Company Limited will pay the tax on RCM basis. Second, the director's remuneration is declared under salary is not taxable. तो जो 60,000 है, वो salary है, उस पे GST नहीं लगेगा. It will be exempt under Schedule 3. But the remaining 65,000, which is covered under 194J, Yes, it will be covered. So the receipt of the said service, the company is liable to discharge GST on the reverse charge basis. In lieu of above provision, 60,000 declared as salaries in the books of Star Company and subject to TDS is non-taxable, being consideration for services by employee. But yeah, 60 थोड़ा बहुत lengthy answer दिया. You can write it in para and simple lines because 2 marks. इतना repeat लिखने की जरूरत नहीं. 65,000 because it's covered under 194J professional services. It is outside the scope of salary in schedule 3. क्योंकि अगर सैलरी होता तो TDS 194 में नहीं जाएगा, 192 में जाएगा. So the recipient is liable for this. Clear to all of you? Yeah. So question number 1 and 2 is over. You have got a choice in exam, but abhi to we will do all the questions. Examine whether supplier of the goods is liable to get registration. Whenever you get registration question, you have to write there's those 4 states: Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, and Tripura. 10 lakhs is the limit. All the other states, 20 lakhs is the limit. Huh? Those 6 states, Muspet we call it. Muspet. So Meghalaya and Uttarakhand and Sikkim and Puducherry and Arunachal Pradesh and Telangana. इनके लिए 20 lakhs है. बाकी other cases में also, if they are supplying goods and services, it is 20 lakhs. But it's not goods and services. Say it is only goods, then the limit is 40 lakhs. But when the limit is 40 lakhs only for goods, it is excluding those goods which are covered in composition, pan masala and edible ice, bricks, tiles, all that, ice creams. समझ में आ रहा है तो पहले ही आंसर में लिमिट लिख लेना. देखो अभी I have not solved the answer. But section 22 is section 22 talks about compulsory registration when the person crosses threshold limit. In Mizoram, Tripura, Nagaland, 10 lakhs in aggregate turnover in all over India basis. In Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Puducherry, Sikkim, Telangana, Uttarakhand, I gave it the name as Muspat. Muspat. 40 lakhs for the rest of the India except for bricks, buildings, fossils and all. Now here, look at the question. 5-mark question. Om Sai Builders Delhi is exclusively engaged in intra-state supply of building bricks. So if it is building bricks above 20 lakhs only, they have to get the registration. Yes. So do they have to get the registration? Yes. Answer is yes. They are liable for registration. Please remember 2 things. If registration ka question hai, write the limits and then answer. If it is residential status, write the condition in brief and then can you underline the clue word? Just say yes, he is liable for registration, though he is dealing only exclusively in goods, that too intrastate, but it is building bricks, edible ice cream, pan masala, tobacco. Yes. Hukumchand is exclusively engaged in intrastate supply. His turnover in the current year is 32 lakhs. Okay. So 32 lakhs, no registration is required. But he has one more showroom in another state. There the turnover is 11 lakhs. Oh, in Nagaland the limit is 10 lakhs. This has exceeded 10 lakhs. So if one of your branches or additional place of business is located in other state and there you have exceeded the limit, then for all you are liable for registration. समझ में आ रहा है? अच्छा question है for registration 5 marks. See, 40 lakhs is exclusive, but because one of the states they have exceeded, he is liable for all the states. Here also he is liable because 20 lakhs ka limit cross ho gaya. Okay. Mr. Mehta is engaged in business of trading of books. He is eligible for composition. He has opted for same. He seeks your advice for records which are not required to be maintained. See, when you go for composition, you need not maintain your books for output tax and input tax and on. You need not maintain your stock details. Composite dealer कौन है? Whose turnover is in the preceding financial year is up to 150 lakhs. So let us see. These are all like, why am I saying GST paper is going to be easy? Because 5 marks question is also like 2 and 1 mark. Bitwise, you can score marks. Provided you are doing to the point presentation. Don't write so many extra notes which are written in MTP. They are explanatory notes. अगर आपने वहीं पे वहीं लिख लिया, this is blocked credit membership of the club, तो no need to write the note separately. ठीक है, ये देखो. Supplier who has opted for composition is not required to maintain the details about stock of goods received, supplied, stolen, opening, closing, details of tanks. ठीक है. Mr. Mehta is not required to maintain above mentioned records. Next. Such easy question for 5 marks from the recently added topic place of supply. An event management company provided services for organizing sporting event, which is held in multiple states. Whenever it is like event management, okay, if it is supplying, then you see whether the recipient is registered, then the registered place of the recipient. If not, wherever the event is held. Huh? It's a simple theory question, so I'm reading out the answer. In case of an event, if the recipient, I can say, ये ना बड़ा सिंपल थियरी है, ये आप कर लेना, चलो हम MTP 2 सॉल्व करते हैं. बट दिस इज रिसेंटली एडेड और RTP के सेम क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, तो एक बार करके देख लेते हैं. Though I told you important is like flight wala, where you board the conveyance and wo do तीन. In case of an event, if the receipt of service is registered, I hope you are getting event like Arijit Singh concert is held in Hyderabad. So if the recipient of the service is registered, then place of the supply of the services for organizing event is the location of such person. If the recipient is not registered, then wherever the event is held. So Mumbai Music Company is coming to Hyderabad and organizing Arijit Singh ka concert. So Mumbai Manufacturing Company is coming to Hyderabad and organizing concert along with Hyderabad Advertising Company. नाम है कोई तो HAC. Is this registered? Yes. Then this place. If not, where the event is held? Hyderabad. Mumbai company can do an event Arijit concert for Hyderabad company in Kerala. तो फिर देखो, Hyderabad company is registered, then Hyderabad. If not, then where the event is held? Kerala. And the event, if it is held out, I'm just revising everything because ये question important है. Same event wala they will ask, but they will ask little twisted. देखो, Hyderabad company, are you registered? Then you. If not, then where the event is held? Hyderabad. Suppose Hyderabad is not registered. An event is held in Kerala. Then Kerala. Hyderabad is not registered and Mumbai company is organizing concert on behalf of Hyderabad company in Bangkok. If it is outside India, then who will, what will be the place of supply? Mumbai company. Place of the supply. Today evening, I'm just in one class going to revise the whole place of supply. If you, honestly, I'm sharing you one thing. Place of supply, if you want to study, you can study 4 to 5 classes, 2 hours each. Utna मैं पढ़ा भी दूं तो we know the portion where it is too vast, we need to condense it and remember the important things bas. So in 2 hours today, Sarthi GST fast track में we are doing place of supply. If you wish to do कि मैम 2 घंटे आपके साथ खत्म हो जाएगा, I'll send you the material. You can take a printout and attend the class with me if you wish to. Yeah. Of course, all these lectures will be there in the GST Sarthi batch playlist. Even all the earlier attempts, at least last 2-3 attempts, MTPs you can solve. They are all there in the MTPs playlist. Since event is held in multiple states and consolidated amount is charged, the place of supply will be deemed to be each state in proportion of the value of the services determined. Arijit is going to do the concert in Mumbai, Chennai, Delhi, Nagpur. Here he is charging 10 lakh, 8 lakh, 6 lakh, 2 lakh. So in this ratio, in the absence of contract to contract between supplier and recipient, the proportion of the value of services made in each state will be computed in accordance with the generally accepted principle. That's value based only, beta. Why I am discussing, like somewhere you must have felt कि ma'am 2 minutes में आप आगे बढ़ गए. Somewhere as a teacher I know that if it is place of supply they will ask event question, but not this what they have given in MTP. They can ask the one which I have solved. As good as one more extra problem we have solved. Or taxability of the shares which are held in subsidiary company by holding company. A recent circular has come up that shares are not a part of supply of goods. You know, in the goods definition, they have said everything excluding shares, excluding money, and even the services ke case mein, excluding actionable claims. So if the shares are held in subsidiary company by holding company, then on that GST is not chargeable as per a recent circular. तो ये एकदम latest amendment है. So as it is from MTP, they can pick up and ask here or in MCQ also. Shall we read this full? Because this is recently added. पढ़ें साथ में? Yeah. So many of you are live, but yes ma'am, all clear, not clear. नहीं पूछते. इतना अच्छा पढ़ा दिया मैंने, सब समझ में आ गया आपको? It might be little late, but shortly we are doing the second MTP also now only. So stay connected. It has been clarified wide circular that securities are considered neither as goods nor as services. Okay. Further, securities include shares. This implies that securities held by holding company and subsidiary company are neither goods nor services. Further, purchase or sale of shares or securities in itself is neither a supply of goods nor a supply of service, but a transaction activity to be treated as supply of service. There must be a supply. See, it cannot be said that services is being provided by holding to subsidiaries solely on the basis of their specific this entry, holding shares and all. Okay. Therefore, activity of the holding of shares in subsidiary by holding cannot be treated as supply of service by holding to subsidiary. It's not liable to be taxed in GST. देखो बहुत इजी रास्ता है टीचर के लिए. लास्ट के 2 क्वेश्चन बड़े इजी है, खुद से पढ़ लेना. But if you read it with me, you will definitely learn. How return can be revised? Oh God. GSTR 1 cannot be revised. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? GSTR 1, if you have filed by 11th of the next month, you cannot revise. But ma'am, that time I didn't show this, there is correction and all. Then in the next, whenever you get the correction, you can rectify in your routine return of the next month. You have a column for errors in the earlier month's return. So there you can rectify, but there's a time limit. Say for financial year 23-24, you can rectify the return by 31st of December 24 or before due date of filing the annual return, whichever is earlier. देखो क्या लिखा है आंसर. In GST, since the returns are built in and all, there is no requirement for revised return. Income tax में होता है revised return, GST में नहीं. Any need to revise the return may arise due to need to change a set of invoice. Instead of revising the return already submitted, the system allows amendment in details of those individual details. They can be amended in the future GSTR 1. Omission or incorrect particulars discovered in return filed can be rectified for the month. Any tax payable as a result of this will also be paid along with interest. Ki last time we have missed paying this output tax. We are adding this and we are paying interest ke saath the amount now. So rectification can be carried out anytime. However, no such rectification is allowed. Oh, really? Sorry. And this time there's an amendment. It's not till 31st December, it's till 30th November of the following the end of the financial year to which the details pertain or actual date of filing. Annual return का date तो same है, but along with annual return, I told you 31st December. 31st December 24 is the last date of filing the return, or 30th of November, whichever is earlier, is the last day of rectifying the return. वापस से एक बार I'm saying because I also didn't say it clearly for the first time. Once again, you can rectify whatever return, say 23, 24, 23 August के return में कुछ correction करना है आप कर सकते हो till you file your annual return, or 30th of November 2024, whichever is earlier. Okay, so that's all for this. Let us take a very quick break of, I think, बस हो जाएगा 2 minutes भी, 2 to 3 minutes, क्योंकि जल्दी से करना है, and then come back for MTP 2 solving. Okay, any doubts you have, you can comment. Hello, all of you. Are you back? MTP 1 is over. So I'm just closing it and we are shifting to MTP 2. MTP 2 we are starting. Okay, let us begin with the case study. Case study based questions are generally asked from each para in the GST and they are very easy. You can pick up the answer there itself. Paper pattern is clear now. First is case study, which will give you 12 marks, then two separate MCQs, total 15 marks. Then question number 1 in GST is compulsory for 15 marks, which has ITC and value of supply. Yeah, ITC, please remember the blocked credit to solve the question correctly. Okay, चलो साथ में करते हैं. And if you know those small questions properly, ITC आता है, value of supply, and later on 2, 3, 4, any two questions you have to do. So if you know that properly, 5 marks, you can start there. बेटा कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. ठीक है. So let us read the case studies and the related answer. Wherever I feel I am explaining you the concepts also, right? चलो साथ में करते हैं. Eco Solutions Private Limited is engaged in, just let us see the questions ki kya hai. This is advance received, say related to goods. There is no need to pay the GST for services. Yes. Total amount of supply. Which of the option is correct for return of goods? Whenever we receive back the goods, return goods will be treated as good as purchases. Debit note, credit note के साथ. ये भी रिटर्न से रिलेटेड है, इनवॉइस से रिलेटेड है, आईटीसी, document and so on. So 6 into 2, 12 marks. We are working for that. Chalo. Ecotech Solutions Private Limited is engaged in manufacturing and supply of energy products and solutions. And the company manufactures solar panels and also imports certain category of solar panels as per the customer's order. Now, company also provides installation services and annual maintenance contract. Okay. So, company is doing all solar panels to sale कर रहे हैं, उसके साथ they are giving services also for installation. Okay. Hope you all are having hard copy so that you can solve it there itself with me. Company receives an advance payment for a bulk order of the goods in March, but delivery is completed in May. The amount of advance received is 1 crore. Now, whenever you receive advance for the goods, do you have to charge the GST or are you required to issue the tax invoice? Yeah? No. On advance related to goods, no GST is payable. I think that's the first part. What point of time tax will be payable on the advance receipt? Only when the goods are supplied. So tax is payable at the time of advance? No. Tax is payable at the time of the supply of the goods? Yes. 50% advance? No. Tax is paid at the time of receipt? No. So in short, the tax is payable only when the goods are supplied. Is this clear to all of you? No tax is payable on advance. चलो आगे करते हैं. During the month of March, the company sold goods worth 5 crores and provided the services amounting to 1 crore. The goods worth 1 crore were sold under multiple invoices were returned. Goods कितने के सेल किए? 5 crore. Services कितने के दिए? 1 crore. services. These are goods. Goods worth 1 crore sold under multiple invoice were returned. Oh, वापस आ गए. In the month of March, which were originally sold in December. ठीक है. Company issued GST credit note against the same. What's the journal entry for sales? Party to sales. What's the journal entry for sales return? Sales return to party. Okay. Some December 23 month ke goods have come back also. So what is your total? I'm doing it in lakhs, it's in crores. 5 crore is the answer. I want to repeat, sales return are treated as to be nullified because credit note issue हुआ है. So though these are the sales return for December and I'm doing it for March 24, still you can adjust it with the help of credit note. Okay. Credit note, debit note very nicely in a single lecture I have explained in documentation in GST. 2 घंटे का एक ही lecture है. GST Sarthi batch. Please watch it. If you have any doubt, you can ask in Telegram. ठीक है? चलो. अब क्या करें? The company incurred the amount of 5 lakh on repair of the return goods to make them resaleable. Okay? तो जो goods वापस आए 1 crore पे, उन पे we have again done the repairing. Okay. From the customer who returned the goods, issued an invoice to Gujarat unit of company of 1 lakh for expenses, and the goods were initially sold from Gujarat, but the same were returned to Maharashtra and subsequently moved from Maharashtra to Gujarat. I hope you are getting. Goods were first sold from Gujarat, but return कहाँ पे आए? Customer ने कहाँ return किया? महाराष्ट्र में. And वापस again they have sent the goods from Maharashtra to Gujarat. Okay. And subsequently the goods were moved from Maharashtra to Gujarat. Company is registered under GST in both the states. Simply, goods have come back. Okay. So now let us answer the next one. Which of the following option is correct in return of the goods? ये 1 lakh वाले goods. अभी वो जो है that will come later. Company has an option to issue single credit note. Credit note to you have to issue. What's the entry for sales? Party to sales. So when we are debiting the party, we are issuing tax invoice. Now, sales return to party. Party को क्या कर रहे बेटा? Credit. तो credit note तो देना पड़ेगा. But if there are multiple returns, can we issue a single invoice? Answer is yes. Company has mandatory to issue credit note against each invoice. No, separate issue करने की जरूरत नहीं. Company cannot issue the credit note तो आएगा. Company can issue only common no. So all these options are waste. Whenever there are sales return for throughout the month sales return, you can issue single credit note party wise. In case of the return of goods sold by the company to customer other than related party, the value of the supply of the goods. Whenever it is sales return, it will be treated inward as good as purchases. So your section 15 transaction value you will take. So whenever there's sales return and goods are coming in, what value you will take? Equivalent to original value of the supply? No. Equivalent to original value of supply plus the cost incurred equivalent to the original value of the supply plus the cost incurred on making it reusable. जो भी repairing और incur किया no. 110% no. अपने मन से कुछ भी. Transaction value as decided as per section. This is correct. Whatever is the transaction value, you take that. Which of the following option is correct in relation to invoice of 1 lakh issued by customer for the expenses related to return goods. Okay, even though these expenses are incurred by the customer. Customer ने बोला कि जो goods return किए हैं, but company is going to bear the repairing expense. Can they claim input tax credit? Yes. Company shall be eligible to avail input tax credit. Yes. Company shall not be wrong. Company shall not be allowed more than 50% wrong. Company shall be allowed ITC only if it has issued any credit note to the customer. Okay, against return goods. See, against return goods credit note to hai, but this is not that. This is related to the expenses incurred. Can we avail the input tax credit? Answer is yes, we can. Clear to all of you? I know like some of you may be feeling exactly that's what I felt, that years have been teaching and this we have never come across earlier. So take it as a new knowledge, learn it for exam. Like this, when you solve 2-3 MTPs, you will get to know lot of case studies. Okay? While moving the goods from Maharashtra unit to Gujarat unit by the company. देखो पहले goods were sold from Gujarat, बट सेल्स रिटर्न आया वो महाराष्ट्र को आया, फिर महाराष्ट्र ने गुजरात को वापस दे दिया. तो while moving the goods from Maharashtra to Gujarat, okay, it shall be accompanied with original invoice. Original invoice was for sales and this is sales return. तो original invoice का तो कोई काम ही नहीं है यहाँ पे. Invoice issued by returning customer to the Gujarat unit. No. Invoice by Maharashtra to Gujarat. Whenever there is stock transfer between two states, it is treated as a transfer. Team supply schedule 1 and fresh invoice will have to be generated. Okay. We have sold the goods. They have come return, but they have come through another state. तो बिल्कुल IGST लगेगा, invoice के साथ आएगा. Right. So case study is over. Check any question. What new knowledge you have got? Actually, it was quite in depth, huh? The case study. On advance receipt against goods, there is no GST. And sales return minus करके net GST payable for the month you will calculate. Whenever the goods are returned, company can issue single credit note. Return goods are treated as good as fresh purchases. So transaction value, you will not take an तब तो मैंने 10 रुपए में सेल किया था and all. Which of the following option is correct? If on the sales return the company has incurred repairing expense, sometimes the repairing expense may be incurred by other party and then we will reimburse. But is it a part of transaction value? Yes. On the repairing expense, can we avail ITC? Yes. ठीक है, ये तो सेम है. महाराष्ट्र से गुजरात आ रहे तो टैक्स इनवाइस लगी. नाउ सेपरेट MCQ आई एम डूइंग 2 marks. Mr. J starts a new business and makes following supplies in the first month. Intrastate supply of the taxable goods 17 lakhs, exempt goods, interstate supply. Whether he is required to obtain registration without reading the option? Yes. क्यों? क्योंकि इंटरस्टेट किया. दो इज हिमाचल प्रदेश एंड लिमिट इज 20 लाख से तो कम ही है, बट स्टिल इफ देयर इज इंटरस्टेट सप्लाई देन सेक्शन 22 में कंपल्सरी रजिस्ट्रेशन. Whether he is required to obtain the registration, Jambulal is liable for registration as threshold limit 10 lakh has crossed? No. As he makes exempted sales? No. As he makes interstate supply? Yes. Is not liable for registration. तो कोई बात ही नहीं है. ठीक है, चलो. Simo Singh, a resident of Punjab, is having a residential property in Amritsar, Punjab, which has been given on rent to a family for 72 lakhs per annum. Determine whether Simo Singh is liable to pay the GST on such service. One flow chart I have given in exam services. Residential house for residential purpose, not taxable. Residential house for commercial purpose, of course taxable. Residential house for residential purpose, but to company who is registered and they take it for their employee and guest house, taxable. फिर से एक बार, residential house given on rent for commercial purpose to obtain a boutique or a parlor in the apartment, taxable. Residential house given for residential purpose to a non-registered person, not taxable. Residential house given for residential purpose to a registered person, usually company, wherein they are taking it for as their guest house and all. So of course it is liable to GST, and on RCM basis, company will pay the tax. So here it is given for residential purpose. Yes, it is taxable. No service is exempt. No service does not constitute supply. Simone being individual is not liable for GST. ऐसा नहीं है. Individuals are also liable for GST, maybe on RCM basis. Nice. So here we have completed MCQs. Let us check the descriptive question. IGST हम थोड़ा बाद में करेंगे. पहले जल्दी से वैल्यू ऑफ सप्लाई करते हैं क्योंकि ये बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन है. IGST, they have done it in different way. You can do it in different way. Okay. You want to go in the sequence. You want tough part first, ma'am. You are reminding me my dialogue only. चलो ठीक है. Rate of CGST are given. हाँ, but इसमें अगर GT आ गया तो 12% ही लेना. Inward and all are exclusive. All conditions are satisfied. Turnover. All transactions are intra. So compute how much GST is payable in cash by Nandlal for the month of February. Okay. चलो ITC का question करेंगे. Nandlal is registered and is engaged in supplying services. He has furnished you the detail for February. Karnataka musical performance. Karnataka musical performance given by Nandlal to promote a brand. Is it taxable? Yes. Huh? और कहाँ पे किया है? Nothing is given. So we will take it as, of course it is taxable. Karnataka performance, if it is given for folk and other reasons, okay, but as a brand ambassador to advertise and all, very well, this is taxable under CGST and SGST, 1,40,000. इसका आंसर देखते हैं. 1,40,000 पे टैक्स लगेगा. Next. Oh, sorry. Outdoor catering services availed for marketing event organized for his prospective customers. Okay. So they are giving the outdoor services and they have organized, availed means they have paid for the prospective customer and 50,000 they have paid. Can they avail GST on this? Yes. It comes under blocked credit. You remember? Employer-employee services, beauty treatment, all this comes. See, we are not providing outdoor catering in ITC. Very importantly, थोड़ा और slow हो जाते हैं. Read the question, beta, कि we are, 1 second. हाँ. We are paying. So can we take input tax credit of 50,000? Yes. नीचे आ जाओ. ये तो पूरा output के लिए बनाया गया है. नीचे आ जाओ input के लिए. 50,000. Nil. Now they have written in the table itself. You can write a note also. ITC on outdoor catering is bought except when such services are provided in same line of the business. Caterer ही दूसरे caterer को service दे रहा है. Or provided by employer to employee under statutory obligation. Suppose your company is located in a hilly area, mines and all, where food is not available, and company has to mandatorily give the catering and food, then you can take a GST. Chalo. Services of transportation of students provided to college, providing education as a part of curriculum. Okay. When transportation, catering and Other housekeeping services are provided to school up to 12th, they are exempt, but here they are provided to college. So very well it will come in taxable, और 1 लाख पे बिल्कुल आउटपुट टैक्स लगेगा 9%, 9%. Services of transportation of the students provided education institute under this. Can we go little fast? It's the same. So it's not exempt. Up to school it is exempt. Now, legal services, star mark this point as very, very important. Legal services availed for official purpose from an advocate and it is interstate. मतलब 18% tax भी लगेगा and we have availed legal services from advocate and we are registered. So even though we can take input tax credit of 1,75,000 ka 18%, 31,500 we have paid legal service pay GST. So we can take input tax credit, but here we have to pay the tax as recipient on reverse charge mechanism, RCM basis. Clear? Please check your charts. So dekho 31,500. Can we take the input tax credit? Yes. But GST pay. RCM tax you can't say कि RCM में I have to pay the tax. Anyhow, I have ITC. RCM tax is to be paid in cash. But yes, of course, you can avail the input tax credit. एक बार पढ़ लो. Legal services received by a business entity with a turnover exceeding threshold limit are not exempt and tax on the same is payable under RCM. तो ये कैश में पे करना पड़ेगा बेटा. But can you avail the input tax credit of the same? Yeah. आपके लिए तो input है ना. You have taken catering service. You have taken legal service. So you can avail, but you have to pay on RCM basis in tax. Whenever RCM basis पे tax pay करना, you cannot set off in ITC. I may be repeating for 5th time, but ठीक है. Services provided to bank as a business correspondent with respect to branches in urban area. Business correspondent providing services to bank in rural area exempt. Urban area very well taxable है. So 2 lakh पे बिल्कुल CGST और SGST लगेगा. 2 lakh पे लगेगा. Services provided are in urban area. Next. Recovery agent services provided to a car dealer. Okay. Recovery agent services you are providing to a car dealer. तो लगेगा. Taxes payable under forward charge since the recovery agent service are being provided to person other than banks. If recovery agents are providing the services to banks, then bank will pay the tax on RCM basis. But here recovery agent is providing the services to Nandlal. तो बिल्कुल देखो students are confused कि is this output or input. Now you have to, they are providing multiple services and goods. So this is output. Last, general insurance taken on car for official purpose, no GST. GST is blocked on insurance services unless you are in the same line of providing reinsurance or you have taken insurance for a motor vehicle with sitting capacity above 12. तो इसको ITC नहीं मिलेगा. फिर भी एक बार पढ़ लो कैसे लिखा है ये देखो. General insurance taken on car used. Motor car vehicle for transportation of person with seating capacity service is blocked except when the same are used for making further supply of motor vehicle, making of supply of passenger or driving school. Further ITC is not allowed on general insurance related to ineligible motor car. मोटर कार पे आईटीसी नहीं मिलता है. 12 के अबव मिलता है. बट इफ यू हैव अ ड्राइविंग स्कूल, यू आर इन द ट्रांसपोर्ट बिजनेस और कार खरीद के बेचते हैं. ओके, ऑल दिस इज taught in section 17 blocked credit. So that's all for our details. पूरा प्रॉब्लम खत्म हो गया. अभी स्टार्टिंग से आंसर देखो, सीधा आंसर. Can we take credit on Karnataka music? I'm saying not credit. Shall we pay tax? Yes. Transportation of college students? Yes. Services provided to bank in urban area? Yes. Services provided as recovery agent? Yes. So this is the total. आउटवर्ड एंड लीगल सर्विसेज पे 31,500 पे करना. तो ये आपका जीएसटी पेएबल है. 4950 And ITC you can avail on outdoor catering, no. Block. Legal service, yes you can avail ITC, but on RCM basis ये तो cash में pay करना पड़ेगा. Please wait dear students, one we will check up. चलो next. General insurance taken on the car, no. हो गया. So GST payable under the forward charge. जीएसटी पेएबल अंडर द फॉरवर्ड चार्ज कितना है बेटा? देखो कितना पे करना है. 4950, 4950 एंड 31,500. This to 31,500 you have to pay in cash. So when I'm setting off ITC, I'm not saying anything. And how much ITC is available? Nil and 31,500. Nil and 30. I hope you are getting. आउटपुट टैक्स में इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट सेट ऑफ होगा, बट आरसीएम टैक्स में इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट कैन नॉट बी सेट ऑफ. इजी और नॉट? एम आई गिविंग यू टू द पॉइंट कॉन्सेप्ट? चलो, सो हाउ मच आईटीसी ऑफ आईजीएसटी यू कैन यूज? 31,500 ITC. Can we set off in CGST first and then SGST? Yes. Or can you set off equal? Yes. So finally both, ये तो थोड़ा थोड़ा टैक्स पे करना पड़ेगा and 31,500 you have to pay. ITC of IGST can be utilized towards payment of CGST, SGST in any proportion. Ma'am, we never did equal like this. No problem. 31,500 पूरा आप CGST में से set off कर लो और इसका बैलेंस बाकी रखो और ये पूरा पे कर दो कैश में और ये भी पे कर दो. You can do like that also. Okay. What new thing you have learned in ITC problem? Whenever you are liable to pay the tax on RCM basis, you have to pay it in cash. You cannot set off in the input tax credit. Chalo. Now, okay, they have sold a machine. This is value of supply. What is the price of machine? 20,000. Third party inspection charges बिल्कुल add करेंगे. Freight charges for the delivery, yes. Subsidy received from central government, okay. So this is exempt. Price of the machine is net of the subsidy. Already subsidy removed there. So anyhow this subsidy is not a part of value of supply, so don't add it. See, this machine's value is already, इसमें से subsidy is removed and anyhow subsidy is exempt because it's a government subsidy. So just no need to do anything. Discount of 2% is offered and it is recorded in invoice. So 2% of this is 400. 400 discount minus होगा. So 20, 26, 27 and 400 discount minus होगा. So value of supply will be 26,600. You can check the answer and suggest it. Not sharing now because it's very easy. Chalo, compulsory question is over. Now we are moving forward to the next part. Okay, Sapna Builders registered. Are you liable to pay GST? Chapter 3 का question है. They have registered in Haryana, rented out 20 residential unit to Jain Society, an IT-based company for accommodation of employees. Yes, GST lagega when the residential dwelling is given on rent for residential purpose to a registered person, like here company. Huh? And company is going to use it for their employees. GST bilkul chargeable hoga. Verma partnership firm registered in Delhi as regular taxpayer, paid sponsorship fees 1,50,000 at a seminar. organized by private NGO in Delhi. Okay. So Verma Consultant is a partnership firm registered in Delhi. They have paid sponsorship service they have given to a private NGO. GST लगेगा या because it's not a government NGO. GST लगेगा या नहीं? GST लगेगा या नहीं? Yes. First वाला तो clear देखो. In case of services provided by any person by way of sponsorship to a body corporate or partnership firm, GST is liable to GST तो लगेगा, but if you have given sponsorship services to body corporate or to partnership firm, GST is payable by these two on RCM basis. Since in the given case sponsorship services are being provided by private NGO to partnership firm. Okay. Verma Consultants. GST is payable by Verma Consultant under the RCM. समझ में आ रहा है? If you are providing the sponsorship services to a body corporate or partnership firm, then whoever it is, it was a partnership firm, right? They will pay the GST. Next. Easy, very easy level of questions are being asked. हाँ, आंसर्स बहुत लंबे दिए हुए हैं because they are adding explanation. You don't have to write so long for 6 months. Little Smiles is a photography firm. They have commenced a new business and their turnover from April, May, June is 20 lakhs. So no need to get registration only. July to September it is 30 lakhs. तो ये 30 lakhs में GST तो लगेगा, yeah, but they can go for composition. Yes. So up to 50 lakhs of turnover. Above 20 lakhs, you are liable to register. But you can go for composition. So on 30 lakhs, they will pay 6%. Now October onwards, the turnover increase. Though the rate is 18%. But composition का एक अपना rate होता है, ये तो normal rate है. अब जो भी होगा 40 lakhs, that will be liable for 18%. So this is basically a question from registration. Once the registration is exceeding, how in each quarter they are liable to pay tax. Very nice question. Same can be asked in exam. Please check the answer. Person who is having a turnover up to 50 lakhs, he can go for section 10(2)(a) of the composition. Yeah, supply of services. Supply of goods is section 10(1). वो तो हमने कर लिया, वो goods, वो pan masala and all that. This is supply of photography services. So up to 50 lakhs he can go for composition. Yeah. Little Smile has started the business. So he is eligible for composition. A registered person opting for composition for services is required to pay 6% tax, 3% CGST, 3% SGST. So whatever is the turnover up to 20 lakhs, no GST. अब उसके बाद, the day on which the turnover exceeds 50 lakhs, he'll have to come out of the composition and pay regular tax. But 20 के बाद जो next 30 है, can he pay 6%? Yes. Once the turnover exceeds 50 lakhs, then wherever it exceeds 50 lakhs, it will pay regular tax. That is 18%. See. Up to 20 lakhs, nil. Next 30 lakhs, 6% composition. Next 40 lakhs, 18%. Only this can be asked in MCQ. यहाँ तो question पूछा है 4 marks का, but कहीं भी पूछ सकते हैं इसको. Oh, it's not 4 marks, it's 6 marks. That's why along with the table they have given all explanation, but I don't think so long explanation in para is required. In points you can write the limit. All right, let us go to the next one. Sohan Lal, a trader registered under GST in Delhi, is engaged in the wholesale of toys. Roshan, registered under GST in Patiala, a regular return file, supplies toys in bulk to Sohan. Okay. Roshan is selling to Sohan. Sohan is paying tax in regular and has not filed GSTR3 for the last 2 months. Sohan is buying Okay, Roshan is supplying to Sohan and Sohan is not paying the tax. You know what is the rule for the defaulter? When I am buying, my supplier should not be a defaulter. Here to Roshan is selling. Getting or not? Sohan paying tax in regular scheme has not filed GSTR 3B for the last 2 months. Who is Roshan? Seller. Who is Rohan? Buyer. Rohan wants to generate e-way bill for toys amounting to 5 lakh to be supplied to Sohan. Roshan को e-way bill generate करना है. Also, Mr. Mohan from Jammu approached Soham for purchasing toys. अब कोई और है, जम्मू वाले का नाम क्या है? मोहन. उसको डायरेक्ट सोहन से काम है. Sohan wants to generate e-way bill. Okay. Examine with reference to provisions key. Can they generate the e-way bill? Can Sohan do the e-way bill? Yeah, because he is not a defaulter. E-way bill cannot be generated if you have not filed your return for 2 consecutive periods. हाँ, तो सोहन तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. रोहन, yes, they cannot generate e-way bill. Look at the answer. Nice question for e-way bill. E-way bill is 2 pages, studied very thoroughly because 5 marks weightage is there for e-way bill. Chalo, dekho. A user will not be able to generate the e-way bill if the said GSTN is not eligible for e-way generation. Blocking of GSTN for e-way bill is only for defaulting supplier and not for defaulting recipient or the transporter. The person paying under regular scheme has not furnished the return for 2 periods. Okay. Suspended GSTN cannot generate e-way bill. However, suspended GSTN can get the e-way bill. मैं डिफॉल्टर हूं, मैं ई-वे बिल जनरेट नहीं कर सकता, लेकिन मुझे तो मिल सकता है ना. In other words, e-way bill generation is blocked only in respect of outward movement. E-way bill can be generated in respect of the inward. Inward में the seller, buyer, anyone can generate the e-way bill. Thus, applying the above principles, there will no restriction in generating e-way bill by Roshan. Huh? Who is a defaulter here? 1 minute. I think I took wrong name. Sohan has not filed the GSTR 3B. He is defaulter. So Sohan, while selling to Sohan is a defaulter. So he cannot generate e-way bill. Roshan can. Roshan to registered है ना. अच्छा, Sohan default है तो can he receive the e-way bill from Roshan? Yeah, but he himself cannot generate. देखो. Applying the above provisions, there will be no restriction in e-way bill by Roshan, as Roshan who is making regular filer he is. E-way bill is blocked in case of the movement of goods from Sohan to Mohan, क्योंकि Sohan is a defaulter. When a person is defaulter, he has not filed his GSTR 3B for the past 2 months, he cannot issue the e-way bill. Okay, chalo, next we are going Raj of 5 marks question. These are and very easy. Last one we are going 10 minutes more. Raj of Rajasthan intends to start business of supplying of building material to various construction sites. He has taken voluntary registration under GST. However, he has not commenced the business till December. Oh, basic condition. If the person has taken registration, he has to commence the business within 6 months from the date of the voluntary registration due to lack of capital. Proper officer wants to cancel registration. Can he do so? Yes. Raj has applied for revocation of the cancellation of registration after 40 days from the date of service of order of cancellation. Department says they 30 days. This has been changed now to 90 days. So, agar Raj ka registration, if it is cancelled by department, dekho, first of all, Raj, you have taken the registration in April. Within 6 months, you have to commence the business, but it's December. Can the proper officer cancel the registration? Yes. Can Raj stop the proper officer from cancellation by revocation of registration? No, no, I will do. मैं पुराना interest दे दूंगा. Blah blah blah. How much time is there for that? 90 days from the date of the order. और अभी तो 40 days हुए. तो can Raj revoke? Yes. This is all from registration chapter, procedural part. Proper officer may cancel the registration where a registered person has contravened the provisions. What are the cases in which registration can be cancelled by the proper officer? Person paying tax under composition has not furnished return beyond 3 months. Registered person other than B has not furnished the return. Person who has taken voluntary registration has not commenced business for 6 months. Registration has been obtained by means of fraud. So in all these cases, the registration will be cancelled. This is a theory question. If you know, fine. Otherwise, you have to take a chance with a practical question and leave this. But बहुत easy है, ये learn करके जाओ. What are the 5 cases wherein registration can be cancelled by the proper officer? So Raj का registration जो cancel कर रहा है is valid. Now, where the registration of person is cancelled by proper officer, such registered person may, subject to provision, apply for revocation of cancellation within 90 days from the date of service of order. जिस दिन उसको order मिला, Raj, we are cancelling your registration 90 days. So अभी तो only 40 days are allowed, and it can further be extended for more 90 days with the permission of the commissioner. So here department is wrong. Last question of MTP2 now. Are you all enjoying or not? Like the video. I'm putting lot of energy. कल सुबह MTP1 किए, DT का MTP2 किए, आप सुबह ये कर रहे हैं. And today evening we are taking single revision class for place of supply. That's not applicable for CMA students, but CA के लिए तो अभी add किया है, तो हम करेंगे. ठीक है? चलो. Discuss briefly the place of the supply of goods purchased over the counter in one state and transported to another state. Oh, this we have discussed so much. That I am from Hyderabad, I am going to visit Agra Taj Mahal. I purchased 50 Taj Mahal, that what do you call it? अरे उसको मेमोरेबल को कुछ तो बोलते हैं ना, कुछ तो गिफ्ट लेके आए हैं from Agra. I am bringing it to Hyderabad and I am selling it in my store here. Huh? So this is related to place of supply. Easy है. One more event sponsor organized by. ठीक है, एक एक करते हैं चलो, क्योंकि ये आई कान से खुद से पढ़ लेना एंड बाय बाय. नो, इसको एक बार पढ़ेंगे. देखो, हाँ. Where an unregistered person purchase goods over the counter in one state and transport to his state. For instance, the tourist who come to state for tourism purchase goods. And similarly, automobile sector. So many times we go to other state, we buy the car and then bring it to our state. Then how the place of supply will be decided? Where the supply of goods is made to a person other than registered person, place of supply shall be the location as per address of the said person in invoice. Of course, in Agra, if I go and buy 50 Taj Mahal souvenirs, I can't bring it in hand. So I will book it in transport. Then whatever address, if I have given in Hyderabad, Agra to Hyderabad, IGST lagega. So whatever is the address said person recorded in invoice. See, if you feel, ma'am, we are not doing MTP solving and revision, it's like learning new thing. So, theek hai, pad lo. And the location of supplier where address of the said person is known. If my address is not available, then location of supplier. Agra ka Agra, CGST, SGST लगेगा. Recording of the name of state in the invoice will be taken. ये तो ठीक है. What would be the place of supply of service provided by an event management company for organizing a sporting event for sports federation multiple state? जहां जहां event हो रहा है, in case of event, if the recipient is registered, the place of supply is the, if the recipient of the service is registered, the place of supply of service organizing event is location. If the recipient is not registered, then wherever the event is held. So if the event is held in multiple state, place of supply will be deemed to be each state. Okay. In the absence of contract with the supplier and receipt in the proportionate value made will be computed by generally accepted. Some ratio में you will compute कि okay, I am paying you 5 lakh rupees. You organize an advertisement event in Maharashtra, 3 places, Gujarat 2 places, Karnataka 1 place. So 3:2:1. वो ratio में आप place of supply fix कर लोगे. Discuss whether amount available in electronic credit ledger can be used for making payment of any taxes. Yes. Now this is simple GST. Electronic credit ledger you can use to pay any taxes, but you cannot use electronic credit ledger credit to pay RCM tax. Okay, right? So that's all for the MTP solving 1 and 2 for GST. Anywhere if you feel I have gone fast, first of all, thank you so much for trusting me and watching till here. If you feel I have added on knowledge, आपको ऐसा नहीं लगा कि मैम हम रिविजन कर रहे हैं, ऐसा लग रहा कि as if we are studying something new, it's absolutely okay feeling. Just whatever new knowledge is coming in the flow, take it. It's okay. If it is important, it will automatically get repeated in RTP, MTP, and that weightage will come in the exam that you will solve it. Still, if you have any doubt, stay connected in the Telegram or WhatsApp Challengers group. Link is given in the description below. और हम क्या बात कर रहे थे ये सब? Yeah, all this material is also provided. Please watch all the playlist of GST practice batch, and material is also freely provided in Telegram. And DT Sarthi batch I am myself loving. Even the students, those who have done set off, clubbing, capital gain, they are saying it's a masterpiece. एकदम gist बना के पूरा concept I have explained. So do take the best benefit. Stay connected because lot of live classes are going to come. As there is 3 days holidays, we will utilize it to the best. Any of your suggestions are welcome. That's all for today. See you all today in evening. Place of supply live class for पूरा एक साथ कर लेंगे. Place of supply GST revision. Okay. Bye bye all of you. Bye. Please comment below, like and share this knowledge with your friends कि इतने अच्छे से अगर आपको लगा कि पूरा MTP solve कराया, give you the concept. Yeah, speed I agree it was little थोड़ा सा ज्यादा ही था, तो आप 1 speed पे देखो.